and welcome to my The Voice recap and commentary review, whatever you want to call it, September 17th, 2012. Alright, so this episode was 2 hours long, and I was hoping that it was going to be only one, but it was 2. I was not home to watch it. I was actually at work, but I watched it right when I got home. So first up, we had Melanie Martinez, and she sang Toxic by Britney Spears. She did it in a different way. It was more like an acoustic kind of version. She had the guitar, and she was playing the tambourine with her feet, which I thought was really interesting. She has a unique style. She has, really unique hair, unique clothes. She likes photography. They showed a couple of her photography work, and it's very nice. And she's best known for, I would say, her gap tooth, which is something that people are honestly going to remember her by. They're going to be like, oh yeah, Melanie's a girl with a gap tooth. Like, that kind of, it's kind of true. It's kind of stinks, but at least people remember you. But yeah, she was very, very unique and different, and she was good. I liked her. She ends up picking Team Adam. And then after that, we had a guy named Cupid, and he's famous for the Cupid Shuffle. You remember that dance? The to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left. I think they played that at my prom. I remember. I think they did it like in PE classes in high school. I remember we would do a dance unit, and I think they played this. So yeah, when they started playing it, I was like, oh my god, Cupid Shuffle! Oh my god, it's the guy! He's the guy who actually sings that! And now the judges turn around for him, though, because he ends up singing his own song, Cupid Shuffle, which I don't think was a smart idea. He shouldn't have sang that song. He should have sang a different song, and then they would have turned around, and he would have been like, oh, and by the way, I had a viral hit, the Cupid Shuffle, and they would have been like, oh yeah. CeeLo actually knew him, or recognized him, because when he turned around, he was like, Cupid, what are you doing on the show? And then the other judges were kind of like confused. They're like, what? And they're like, he's the guy who sings the Cupid Shuffle. He's Cupid. And they're kind of all like, oh, well, why did he sing his own song that isn't that great vocally? Okay. They're kind of like, oh, it's him. This is awkward. So, yeah. He wasn't chosen. CeeLo had him sing another song that showed off his voice more, and he wished, and Christina wished that they could have pushed the button for him, but he was too late. Then after that, we had a guy named Brian Scartocci. I think that's how you say it. He sang, what did he sing? He sang Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. He had a unique voice. He kind of sounded a little bit like Stevie, but he doesn't look like Stevie. He's bald, and he has the beard going on. He kind of looks like Chris Daughtry a little bit. He has 2 kids, and he's on his own, and he, is struggling with money. Yeah, so who did he choose? He chose Adam. Yeah, he chose Adam. Sorry, I'm like blanking out today. Okay, and then they had a couple of montage. They had like a montage of a couple of duets that didn't make it. Whatever. So they had that montage of duets that didn't make it because they had a duet that did make it, and that was Beat Frequency, a husband and I think the husband and wife, or maybe just boyfriend girlfriend. I'm pretty sure they're husband and wife. So yeah, they met 12 years ago, and something interesting that I heard, he said that he was 24, no, not 24, 34, and the girl said she was 28. So that means 12 years ago, she was 16, and he was 22 or 23, 22. So, yeah, they were dating illegally, which, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter now because they're fine now, but, you know, at the time, goodness gracious. But anyways, they sang E.T. by Katy Perry. It was different. It wasn't my favorite duo. CeeLo, he said that they were the best duo so far, and I disagree. I think that the mother-daughter duo, the country mother-daughter duo, was the best duo so far. They were still good though. They were very unique. It was a very unique tone. She has a very like higher kind of head voice kind of voice, and I like the guy's voice better than the girl. But when they sing together, I think it's great. When they sing apart, it's kind of like, but when they sing together and they do the harmonies, it sounds really cool. They have a cool vibe. They're kind of hip and they're kind of retro at the same time, but yet very futuristic. It's very interesting. I like the name Beat Frequency. I think it definitely goes well with their style. You know, I could see them, you know, working a lot with dubstep and stuff, just because the kind of style that they are. So that kind of makes sense. Beat Frequency. I don't know if they've maybe done studio stuff together, and maybe they do have the kind of electronic kind of music thing going on. I think that they'd be good with that. So yeah, I like it. And then they had a guy named Tyler Lysol, I don't know. He loves music and baseball. He played baseball all his life, and he recently stopped to pursue music, which I thought was weird because he was like, "Oh, I stopped playing baseball because it wasn't a ideal career." Yet he goes to music, which isn't really an ideal career either. But I think it's maybe a little bit more ideal than baseball, just because in baseball you're working. You know, it's hard to make it to the major leagues. With music, yeah, it's hard to make it big, but at the same time, you can still do music without, you know, being big time. It's not really like that for baseball unless you're a coach or something, but yeah. But he was okay. He sang You Got It Bad by Usher. None of the judges turned around. He had just an okay voice. It was a little weak in parts, but I understand why the judges didn't turn around. Honestly, I think if they saw him, I think sometimes I like how, you know, they can't see you, but then other times I think it's a very bad disadvantage for some people, because I think a guy like him could have benefited with the judges, you know, having an audition where they actually see you, because he looks different than he sounds, you know. I think they probably maybe right off the bat thought that he was an African-American male. You know, just because he sang Usher. His voice sounded very similar to Usher. So they're probably thinking, oh, he's just an Usher wannabe. But, you know, if they actually saw him, they would see, oh, this guy, he's a white, handsome guy, and he's singing Usher's You Got It Bad just like Usher. You know, that's cool and different. So I think he would have benefited from the judges actually being able to see him. That's one of the downfalls of some of these blind auditions, is sometimes I think people would benefit with them looking at them. But, you know, that's not how this show goes, so... Maybe another show like American Idol hit would have worked out, but a show like The Voice, it didn't work in his advantage. And then after that, we had a girl named Liz Davis from Madison, Mississippi. She dropped out of college and moved to Nashville to get into the country scene. She is definitely a country singer. I think she is definitely the best country singer they've had so far on the blind auditions. On the show, The Voice, I know they had Ray Lynn last year, but I'm sorry, she's not that great from what I've heard. But yeah, man, her first note, she blew me away. She had great stage presence. She knew how to work a crowd. I could definitely see her making it big in the country music. She has a very solid, good voice. It's a country sounding voice, and you know, I know that they say they have a lot of blondes in the country. It is true, though. There is a lot of blondes. It's weird. It's weird that a lot of country singers have blonde hair. You know, we have Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, the girl from Sugarland, she has blonde hair. The girl from Van Perry, she has blonde hair. Lauren Elena, she has blonde hair. So I think it's really funny how, like, the stereotype for a country singer is a blonde female. I mean, there are other singers that don't, like there's Sarah Evans, Martina McBride, Faith Hill. They all don't have blonde, but you know, it's kind of like the stereotype to have blonde hair and be a country singer, you know. Because I thought that was interesting. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why she struggled so much in Nashville, was because, you know, they probably see her and they're like, oh, just another blonde. You know, she has to have something special. But, you know, I think the voice will definitely help her get up there. And I like her, and I'm looking forward to her. I really liked her audition. And then after that, we had a guy named J.R. Aquino. He's from Alaska, which has a very small music scene. But what he did was he ended up being on YouTube, and it made him really popular. I've never actually seen him. I follow a couple of musicians on YouTube. I've never seen him. I might check out some of his stuff. He had an okay voice. I mean, it wasn't like amazing, but it was still good. It was still solid. I think, you know, he doesn't have that much training. He's from Alaska. You know, there's not really a lot of music stuff to do there. That's why he joined YouTube, because he knew people would be able to hear him through that way, because in Alaska, there's probably like no one to hear him sing. So that was a smart move on him, really. I think, you know, it's hard to get noticed on YouTube, but it's also an easy, it's not, I wouldn't say an easy way, but it's also another way to get noticed. It's definitely hard to get noticed, especially now. YouTube, I would say, I don't know what the percentage of how many people actually upload daily content on their YouTube videos, but I would say that it is a good chunk of the world that have YouTube channels and upload, you know, whatever. You know, the top YouTubers, I think the number one I think is Ray William Johnson. He has like over 5 million subscribers. You know, they're really big, and but there's also lots of smaller, you know, they're still popular and they have some sort of a fan base, but they're not really known a lot. So I don't know what I'm really talking about. I'm kind of going off tangent, but yeah, J.R. Aquino, he had a really good voice. He sang "Just the Way You Are" by Bruno Mars. He ends up picking CeeLo because he liked his constructive criticism, and I think him and CeeLo would be good together. You know, they're both unique. I think CeeLo would work best with the people who don't really fit in somewhere, and I don't really see him fitting in anywhere, and I think CeeLo can help him find a way to fit in. And then after that, we have a girl named Gina Alvarez, and she works at a hotel, you know, like folding towels and, you know, doing all that stuff, like a maid kind of person. She sang "Turn the Beat Around." She was okay. No one turned their chairs, and it was because she really pushed too much. You know, this is what Christina said. Christina said she was at a 10 the whole time. And she could be at 10 sometimes, but there has to be times where, you know, she takes it down a little bit, which I absolutely agree. Yeah, she wasn't that great. She has a good voice, but she needs to learn how to control it, so. Then after that, we had a guy named Nicholas Davis, and he is a family man. He said music helped him find his way back. He was a big partier and drank a lot and did a lot of self-medication. And before he knew it, he ended up being 300 pounds. That was definitely his low point. But when he met his girlfriend, they healed each other. Aww. But he sang "Stand By Me." And he's a white guy with a guitar, you could say, I guess. He's a very unique tone. He's definitely very indie. He's definitely very big, like, indie kind of artist. You know, I don't really see him, like, becoming, like, a pop star, because that's not what he is. He's more like an acoustic kind of indie, kind of rockin' kind of guy. He's good. He was okay. I mean, he wasn't my favorite. He didn't, like, wow me, but he was still good and unique, and, it would be interesting to see how he does on the show. So, yeah, he ends up on Team CeeLo, which I think is a great fit. Like I said, I think CeeLo definitely would benefit from the unique personalities and voices. Then after that, we had Allesandra Guercio, and she attends the LaGuardia School, which is also known as the Fame School. And, yeah, the Fame School, you know, the movie Fame. There's a couple other people. I know Nicki Minaj went there, which is kind of weird. Pia Toscano for American Idol went there. But yeah, the Fame School. So pretty much, it's a high school. It's a performing arts high school. They do their regular academics, you know, like math, English, all the regular stuff. But then they also have a bunch of, you know, performing arts classes. So that's really cool and interesting. It would be cool to go to a school like that, actually. It would be interesting. Because normally you don't... It's cool to have the high school because normally you don't, if you're going to like major in like performance or whatever, you don't do it till college. But it's actually really interesting to do it in high school. I think I like that. That's cool. But anyway, she sang The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I honestly don't think anyone should have turned around. I think Adam turned around way too soon. Like, she did sound good at the beginning, but I don't think he really should have turned around yet because once she got to the belting part, she was very shaky. So I think Adam kind of regretted it. He didn't like make it seem known that he regretted it, but I don't know. I don't think he should have turned around. CeeLo turned around too, but then when he saw her, and then when he found out that she was 17, he was kind of like, never mind, because his critique to her was kind of like. It was kind of like really weird, and he was kind of like, it was a really great vocal performance, and that's like all he said. He didn't say, I want you on my team. So she ended up choosing Adam, which of course she's going to choose Adam because he's a cute guy and she's 17. So I would have been shocked if she chose CeeLo. So yeah, she's on Team Adam. I really don't see her. I see her getting cut in the battle rounds. I really do. I don't know, unless she's up against someone who like completely like bombs. But yeah, I don't see her making it past the battle rounds, honestly. And then they had a montage of a couple of people who made it through. Adana Daru, Kelly Crepa, and Paulina. I don't remember who they ended up going with, but they're in. Sorry, my allergies are killing me. Oh my god. And then lastly, we had a boy named Avery Wilson, and he is a dancer from Connecticut. But his dad pursued him to start singing because he said that once he started hearing him singing, he was like, "You are not a dancer. You are a singer." And I haven't seen him dance, but he definitely is a singer. He sang "Without You" by I think that's by Usher, right? I don't know. All four judges turned around. I'm actually kind of surprised he chose CeeLo. I mean, not really, but at the same time, no, actually, I'm not surprised he chose CeeLo because CeeLo is the R&B soul kind of guy, and that's probably kind of the music he wants to go into. So actually, yeah, but I don't know, for some reason I thought he was going to choose Christina, because Christina, is a powerhouse vocal, and he's a powerhouse vocal, so I thought he would maybe go for that. But I think CeeLo, he has some really great vocalists. He has him, Avery Wilson. He also has Trevin Hunt. So man, CeeLo could take it this year. You never know. If the show is going to have another, I'm not being racist. This is not being racist at all. It's just for some reason on shows, American Idol, the white guy with guitar won 5 times in a row. I think it's just something that, America likes. They like the white guy with guitar. And another thing that America really likes, and on this show, The Voice, is African American males who can really sing. Because the past 2 seasons of The Voice, Javier and Jermaine, that's what they are. I'm not being racist at all. I'm just saying that if the show is going to go in a white guy guitar kind of lane, if an African American man is going to win every single year, it's going to be Avery or Trevin. So, if that's the stereotype of The Voice, then Avery and Trevin are they're at an advantage. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Avery, man, he was good. He's only 16 too, so man, he can be even better in the future. So, oh my god, my hair's a mess. Frick. Alright, so thank you all for watching. The song that was played in the beginning of the video was a song by James Durbin. He was on American Idol Season 10. And it's a song called Everything Burns. Check out his album Memories of a Beautiful Disaster that came out last November. If you like rock music, I think you'll definitely like it. Alright, thank you all for watching. Follow me on Twitter at ScottyHaleyFan. And see you guys all later. Bye-bye.